Hello, my name is Mr. Jones, and I would like to talk through the process of sitting in the 11 plus test at South Wilts. Along with most other grammar schools, we use GL Assessment as our 11 plus provider and test in maths, English, and verbal reasoning. We make no recommendation to parents as to whether or not you should have your daughter coached, that is, taught the best way to answer the questions. Parents are invited to make their own decision on that. Practice papers are available by following the links to our website. Additional verbal reasoning, maths and English papers are available to buy from a range of places including WH Smith's, GL Assessment and online through Amazon. Students in receipt of pupil and/or service premium will be given access to additional familiarisation papers once registration has been completed. If your child is in Year 5 and eligible for free school meals now or at any point during the last 6 years, they will also be given free access to the Atom Learning Platform with additional resources. We do believe that familiarisation is helpful, but repeated rehearsals of tests is not recommended. Applicants find it useful to familiarise themselves with the pace to move through the questions, having a separate question and answer sheet, filling in lozenges and practicing under exam and time conditions. Studies have shown that with the verbal reasoning questions in particular, familiarisation is beneficial as there tends to be a considerable improvement between first and second attempts at these tests, but after this there is only minimal improvement. The purpose of the familiarisation test is to allow applicants to become familiar with the school and test environment and go through the same procedure as they will the following week. Applicants will be seated in the same seat and room as they will be for the actual 11 plus test and will have the same invigilators with them. They will complete a practice verbal reasoning paper only. On the morning of the exam, students will be met at the gate by Year 7 students and staff, either at the top of the front drive, as this image shows, or at the back gate by Five Rivers Health and Wellbeing Centre. This picture will give you some idea of what it might look like. For some, they will be sitting in the 11 plus with more people than there are in their entire primary school. This room, the main hall, will have about 100 candidates in. Other rooms that we use are smaller. These are the general timings for the actual test. The first test is a multiple choice maths paper covering aspects of the Year 5 National Mathematics Curriculum. There will be a 20-minute break for drinks and snacks going to the toilet. Girls will be allowed outside under supervision during breaks to get fresh air and have a run around. The second test is a multiple choice English paper assessing linguistic skills as well as comprehension, spelling and punctuation. Then there will be a 15-minute break. The third and final paper is the verbal reasoning. Departure will be between 12:20 and 12:30. Experienced invigilators will be in the exam rooms and will tell girls exactly what to do and when, so please don't worry. There will also be clocks in all the exam rooms as watches are not allowed. Parents are asked not to come onto the school site. We will collect your daughters from the main gates and take them to the exam rooms and then return them to the same point after the test. On the morning of the 11 plus day, we would suggest the following. A good breakfast means your daughter will have the mental and physical energy to get through the day. Wearing comfortable clothes with thin layers that can be added if it's too cold or taken off if it's too hot. No uniform is necessary. Bring along 2 HB pencils, a pencil sharpener and an eraser in a clear polythene bag. If you forget anything, we will have spares. It is also a good idea to bring drinks and snacks for the break times. Please remember, Salisbury can grind to a halt on 11 plus day, so please plan your journey, remembering there is no parking on site. Arrival is between 8:30 and 8:45. If you arrive early, it may be worth waiting in the car until it's time to walk to the entrance, especially if it's cold or wet. Students will only be allowed on site at 8:30. We do ask parents leave the girls at the school gates for 2 reasons. Firstly, congestion. There'll be a lot of people arriving at the same time and it would be too congested to allow parents on site as well. Secondly, we find that girls actually settle more quickly without their parents around, since they're often less nervous. Parents do not need to worry about their child's welfare, since girls will receive a warm welcome at the school gates from a friendly reception committee of staff and Year 7 students. These Year 7 students, who sat the 11 plus themselves under a year ago, will then escort the girls to their exam room. The warm welcome then continues into the classrooms, where Year 7s will hand the girls over to sixth form students who will remain with your daughters for the rest of the day. The role of the sixth form students will be to help girls find their seats before the first exam and make sure they have everything they need and that they are nice and calm, basically acting as big sisters. They will look after the students during break times and remain with them right up until they escort them back to the gates at the end of the day. The sixth formers are also there to support the invigilators. All of our invigilators are very experienced and they're the same team that we use for our GCSE and A-level examinations. Please note, if your daughter is not well, please let us know and we can reschedule the test. If a girl is unwell and turns up on the day, senior staff may make the decision for her to sit the test later. We would much rather wait so that the girl is fit and ready for the test than for her to take it on the Saturday but feeling poorly. This gives you a flavour of what a verbal reasoning question might look like. Each paper will have a separate answer sheet, such as this, where they fill in the answers to the multiple choice questions with just a single line in the lozenge. Once all the testing has taken place, we mark the papers using optical mark readers, and the answers are then emailed to GL Assessment, who perform a standardization process on them. The results will be available via the same portal that was used for the test registration. This will be around 3 weeks after the test. After this, the next key date is the National Offer Day at the start of March. The local authority will make the final offers of places through their portals. This will be followed by an email from us advising you of the next steps. Thank you very much.